Good morning. I finally got monetized. Yeah, I thought I would have my knitting channel, which is not this one. I thought I would have it monetized by Easter. And the Monday prior to Easter weekend, I woke up, opened my iPad, and saw that, oh, no more blue line. No more blue line of progress because I had reached the required 4,000 watch time hours for to be monetized. Now, I'd had the subscribers for, gosh, maybe 9 months, a good while. And at a certain point, my blue line was inching towards the 4,000. Then it started dropping back because a year ago, they started deducting my watch time hours from a year ago. They only keep track of like 1 year, 365 days. Anyways, I'm here to tell you that, what made the difference? How did it tip over the edge? And, honestly, I can't really tell you that because I do know that I knit a certain top, and for some reason it became popular. So it was the subject matter. But when you look at all the mechanics of building a YouTube channel, one reason I had this channel was because I thought I'm going to try the things that are suggested to grow your channel. And, there's a lot of videos out there, a lot of gurus telling you how to do it. If you have good thumbnails, you would do it. If you have great titles, you will do it. If you have your face in your thumbnail, that helps. If you show your product and your face in the thumbnail, gosh, there were so many things. If you put keywords in there, search terms, and there were so many things I did. And every once in a while, I'd hear something and I'd say, okay, well, I'm going to try that. If your title has you will get hundreds and hundreds of views. So I did that, changed a lot of titles to how I knit a top, how I knit socks, how I whatever. Nothing made any difference. And even this channel, I've tried some of the things on this channel. Nothing's made a difference. For probably over a year, I've had about 64, 65 subscribers. And that's fine. I'm grateful for that. And this channel, my third channel, was not one I was trying to monetize. Excuse me. I have morning voice. I was going to say morning breath. Morning voice. Be authentic, be yourself, all these things, right? And this channel is the one where I am just completely, absolutely free just to be myself. I don't care what happens to this channel. So this is the freedom channel for me. But I was recording and testing out and trying all these different things to see what actually worked to get your channel monetized. No, I have 3 channels. 2 now are monetized. My very first channel was called Two Seniors. Actually, I changed the title a few times. It started out to just share creative things that I was making. And then I put up a video of my husband and I, who at the time I was 69 and he was 69, 79. He was close to 80. He's 11 years older than me. Ugh, my brain math is gone off. I don't think it was ever on. Anyways, we put up a video. I put up a video of us camping. And that video went crazy. And the thing is, it was after that video. And I got monetized, shortly after putting that video up. So I started earning, not very much money, but I started earning, which was kind of fun. And that video had none of the things that they tell you that you should do. I did not know about titles and thumbnails, and of course I put up a thumbnail, but I didn't know about any of the technical aspects, keywords and search terms, and, I don't think I even put a description in. And yet it took off. It just, you know what I think it did it? It was different. It was unusual. I mean, how many videos out there are there of seniors who are up there in age who are out camping? So, and then afterwards, I separated my create stuff, my knitting and that sort of thing, and created a second channel for just the knitting. Because every time on my first channel, Two Seniors, every time I put up something that wasn't camping or outdoors related, the subscriber number dropped. So that's not what people wanted. They wanted to know about camping. They wanted to know how we did, how we set up our tent, what kind of tent were we using, what about cooking, what about fires, and so every time I purchased something for the camping, and most of my money that I gained from that channel went towards purchasing things for camping. Anyway, so every time I put up something about camping, it was fine. The numbers went up. And if I put something about knitting on that channel, the numbers went down. So I separated it out and I did the knitting channel. And then it turned out that it was so much easier to make videos for a knitting channel because you can do it year round. I'm in Ontario. We have at least 4 months of winter and cool weather, sometimes 6. And it's not always good weather to go camping in, even though I would love to be out there. And so we do as much as we can to keep ourselves active and keep ourselves going. And so I found with the Two Seniors camping channel that I was not making up stuff, but I was just always pulling and looking for ideas and things. And even when I put up camping videos, they were not as popular as that one that got 100,000 views in a very short time. I don't even know where it's at now, but it still generates some revenue for me, which is kind of funny. So then I did some analysis, my own, not YouTube's, and I added up all the money that I had gained in a year through that channel. And then I added up my expenses, like buying a kayak and buying a fire pit, a smokeless fire pit, and all the money that I spent in camping. And I came out with a profit, I think, of, a few $100s. Was it worth it? I don't know. And that's the thing when you're starting a channel, you're always saying, all this effort, all this time, is it worth it? And then I was looking for ways that I could reduce the filming and the editing, which was taking up a lot of time. And anyway, so I still have that channel. And a funny thing is, a company reached out to me, Mooncool, and they have e-bikes. And they sent me free an e-trike. They said, we watched your channel, we like what you're doing, and we're sending you this bike. And at first I thought, man, this is a scam. But I really believed it when the big box came to my door, and I was able to assemble the bike and then feature it on just one of my videos. That's all they asked. And I did that. But I had no idea how much I would love this bike. So I take the bike and I go on paths, and I report on the paths or, the different things about biking. So that got added to Two Seniors camping. So it's not just camping, it's outdoor activity. It's two seniors who are keeping moving because we're aging. I'm 71, my husband's 83, and he's showing more of the cognitive signs of aging, and I'm feeling more of the physical signs of aging because I also have rheumatoid arthritis. I've had that since I was 21. So, and the more you move, the better your body is. So keep moving. So it's about mental and physical activities. Okay, so the knitting channel finally got monetized a week before Easter. Surprise, surprise. And it's fun, and I'm having a great time. And with that one, I really do feel a sense of community because people write in and I write back. I'm a retired counselor, and the 10 years of my counseling life, I joined the E-team, which is e-counseling, and people would write in how to get assigned cases, and I would read their letters and respond in writing. And all of this went through the company's encrypted or secure site. And I love doing that because there were so many positive accolades that returned. People, clients writing back and saying, I worked with my employees for 5 years and they don't get me 2 letters and you get me. I was good at what I did and I enjoyed it. And there was a lot of positive feedback, which was wonderful. So now I'm getting that. I've offered my knitting counseling and morning voice. I don't care. It's being a senior. I offered my knitting counseling services as well because I realized that I was fielding all these questions about knitting, and I handled it the same way. I am handling it the same way I do all my counseling, and that is, if I don't have an answer, if I don't have something to suggest or offer, I'll find it for you. So this morning somebody wrote back and said, thank you for all the research that you do for us to answer our questions. And I love learning, so researching, analyzing, it's second nature for me. So, okay, so how do you make your channel grow? Definitely endurance, perseverance, consistency. I did do that. No matter how many times I said, why am I doing this channel? I still stuck to the weekly schedule, sometimes more. Here's one thing I did find made a difference, and that is putting out shorts in between your longer videos. The shorts were like calling cards, business cards. You put them out there, somebody sees it, and then they, end up subscribing and watching your long form videos. And here's another thing that I think makes a difference. When I put out a video, especially the knitting, because it's easier for me to do, I always say to myself, what am I giving them? Because people like to receive. And so I always say that, what am I giving this person? Like right now with this video, I could say, what am I giving you? I'm telling you about my success. And hopefully it inspires you to persevere and endure and continue on with your channel, whatever your niche is, whatever your theme is. And I think that's also important, because if somebody, for example, goes into the camping channel and they see all this stuff about knitting, they're going to like, what the heck? And when I subscribe to senior retiring channels, and that's what I want to hear about. I want to hear about what it's like to be a senior and retire, and how are they managing and what's going on. I have my own stories and my own thoughts, but it's great to reflect. So what am I giving you? Hopefully, I'm giving you encouragement to continue on, to persevere, to give from your heart. Just be who you are, be yourself, be natural, be relaxed, and enjoy the process. No matter what's happening, no matter what the response is, enjoy the process. Now, here's the thing. If you're older, like me, or more, when you pass away and you're gone, your kids, whoever has loved you, can always go back to these videos and see what you were up to, what it was like when mom was alive or grandma was alive. I have young grandchildren who won't really get to know me in entirety. I'll probably be gone before they're in their 20s, let's say. I have a 3-year-old grandchild. And when he's 23, maybe he can look at my videos and say, that's my grandma. That's what she did. And she just kept going, and she went camping. And she was involved in these crafts, and she had a community through her YouTube channels. So I'm here just to say, keep at it. Enjoy the process. And take notes for you of what works. Look at the videos that do get more of a response. And then try to capitalize on that. Try to repeat it in a new and fresh way. And think about what you're giving to the viewer. What are they getting? So, cheers, everybody.